Whenever we talk about the maintenance of any system, any irrigation system, particularly drip system, we start with the pumps. So on my back side you see the pumping station. So the first thing you have to do at the start of the growing season, you check the pumps whether they are working properly. You have to check their gauges, you check their filters, you check their main pipes, their suction pipes, their connections, everything you have to check. Then you have to go to the main lines, sublines, which are after this pump spreading into your fields. So to check that all these lines are in place, they are not leaking, their valves are fit. Then you have to check the pressure of the pump, whether it is giving the right pressure which you need to take the flow at the right corner of your field. So you have to on the pump, then go back to your field area and check whether the flow till the last corner of your field is whether the water is reaching there or not. If not, then you have to come back to the pump to adjust the pressure of the pump so that you get the equal flow rate in all of your field. Before the growing season starts, you then, after checking the pump, you move to your field area to see the system, whether everything is right in the system. So you check your solenoid valves, you check your gauges, you check your main lines, you check your sublines, all the drippers, all the pipes, so that you know that all the system which is already in place in the field is working fine. There are no leakages, there are no breakages. If there are any, then you have to change them immediately. Third thing which you need to do is, because the system was off for some time, now you want to start it again. So there might be some dust, some debris, some other thing which has entered into the pipes that might cause the blockage. So first thing you have to do before you start actually irrigating, you have to flush your system. So that for flushing your system, you have to put it into the water, open the ends of the pipes, and then you have to let the water go at least for 3 minutes, so that you are clear that all the debris, dust, mud, whatever is present in the pipes has been sufficiently flushed out. If you see that there are certain things still blocking the system which has not gone out with the simple water flushing, you may use chemicals. So there are many hydroperoxide and other chemicals are available which you can use you can inject these chemicals into the pipe. So if there is something like rust or other things which are more sticky into the pipe, so then these acids or chemicals, they will let it clean. While your pipelines are irrigating the area, you have to continuously watch all the drip lines to see if there are any dry areas there. The wetting front should be complete. If you see there certain areas are dry compared to other ones, this will immediately tell you that there is some blockage going on. That blockage can be in the field, or it can be in the main line, or it can be in the drip line, or your dripper might be clogged. So in case of that area, in that situation, immediately go and check that spot, whatever is wrong there. If dripper is wrong, replace the dripper. If drip line is damaged, then you have to repair the drip line. This maintenance, you have to do all the growing season from time to time, to make sure every time, particularly when you irrigate, to make sure that your irrigation is not disturbed. We must keep in mind that drip system is only supplying water according to the crop water requirements. So if any plant or any section of the field will remain dry for 1-2 days, that will damage your crop, and then there will be no recovery for that. So it is very important that you go on regular basis and check all these things, that no part of the crop or the field. So once your growing season ends, we have to make sure that we keep all the material in a very safe condition so that we can use it again. As you know that the drip system is very expensive thing. So in every growing season, if you have to buy it again and again, that is going to be very costly. So after the growing season, you again have to flush the whole system with chemical if needed or with water to make sure that all the main lines, drip lines and the drippers, they are all neat and clean again, ready to be used for the next growing season. So once you do that, then you have to separate the drippers with main lines and sublines, keep all the pipes separate and store them in a dry, cool place. So don't put them in the sunlight because that might cause cracks or damages or inflate them. Then you will not be able to use them again. Like any other machinery, there are certain things that you have to do with your drip system also on daily basis. It's not something big, but you just have to be sure that everything is right. Starting from the pump, you on your pump, give it few seconds, few minutes to stabilize the system so that all the pressure in the system is maintained. If you see that the pressure is not good there or is low, then you have to go to the throttle or playback valve and then adjust the pressure. Once that is finished, you go to the field, you again check your all main lines, sublines, just a very, very bird eye view. You don't have to go into the details, just with your naked eye you can see if everything is fine or if something leaking, something has damaged overnight or water is reaching to the end of the field, everything is perfect. So once you are satisfied with that, then you can fully operationalize the system. If you are working with surface water, for example, you're getting water from the canal. Canal water usually have some suspended material, some silt or other things. So to be very efficient, it would be advisable when you are closing the system, just flush it for 1-2 minutes. So that if everything is stuck into the pipes, it should not stuck permanently after you leave it for overnight.